Friday. Friday the 27th. September's almost over, guys. Quickly entering into October. Halloween. Some people's favorite um, holiday. Is it a holiday? But it's a lot of fun for a lot of people. Um, so, if it's your thing, awesome. We are reading from Does God Have a Hero? My first book. I wrote this in 1999 and it was published in 2000. I've done my best to um, live it, varying degrees of success. This came after a decade of drinking, self-destructive behavior, um, harming myself in so many ways, harming those who love me in so many ways, and literally putting my life at risk as well as the life of other people. I was given several gifts. Let's call it grace, because grace comes unbeckoned. It's bestowed. We receive grace. We can petition for it. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get it. The entire nature of grace is it's simply given, and we don't know how or why, and it's almost entirely undeserved in a way. So I was given that gift of grace, the grace of sobriety, the grace of meditation, which started the whole process for me. Without meditation and without a sincere desire to meditate, to learn to meditate, and to devote my life to it, I doubt I would have reached this point. But I did. And I wrote this book. It was an intuitive poem. It was meant for guidelines for me, how to live my life. Not meant to tell anyone how to live, not meant as any sense of what's true and only true, but just, again, intuitive guidelines, very gentle for me and how to live my life. Came in a flash. I wrote it all on a yellow legal pad that we always had yellow legal pads laying around the house. And I wrote it, and that was going to be it. Probably took me 10 minutes to write the whole thing. Then I spent the next following weeks, I wrote an essay on each one of the stanzas. I think there was 15. This was the last one. So I won't be bothering you guys with this anymore. And then I just meditated on each one to make sure that it was exactly what was right for me, each stanza. I shared it with a few friends, and they urged me to put it together in book form and attempt to publish it, which I did. I could not find a publisher. I contacted some, and they said, we only work with authors who have an agent, which I thought, fair enough, I'll get an agent. And I talked with agents, and they said, we only work with published authors. They put you in that catch-22. So this was in the early days of the internet. Some self-publishing houses. One was iUniverse, which is affiliated or was affiliated with Barnes & Noble. I published it through them. And here it is, 26 years, almost 25 years later since published, and 26 since it was written. Hey, Timo, how are you, my friend? So what I've been doing each morning, past 2 weeks, is reading each verse, and then when I get to the verse of the day, I read the corresponding essay that goes with it. So bear with me, my friends. Timo says, fine, thanks. I'm glad to hear it. Hope it's not still raining for you. When you close your eyes and see God within, you are God's hero. When you open your eyes and see God in everyone, you are God's hero. When you let anger pass you by with a smile upon your lips, you are God's hero. When you hold love in your heart and peace within your mind, you are God's hero. When you behold the beauty of a flower and feel the kinship with all living things, you are God's hero. When you look at someone who is different and see only how you are alike, you are God's hero. When you feel more joy in helping another than you do in your own personal gain, you are truly God's hero. When you hear the true name of God in every man's religion, you are a hero to God. When you can hear the silent voice of God in the wind, the bird's song, or even the roar of a crowd, you will hear God calling you a hero. When you take time every day for silent communion with God, she listens, and you are God's hero. When you can see beyond appearances and have the wisdom to see God's truth, that we are all truly one, again, you are God's hero. When you have compassion and love for all, even those with whom you may disagree, you are a hero to all mankind and to God. When you know that forgiveness is blessed, and forgive all, no matter how large or small, that trespass against you, you will be God's hero. When you give love to all, holding none back, you will know love for yourself, for God, and you will be his hero. When you demonstrate patience with others and see divine good in everyone and every event, you will have learned to see God everywhere, and you will be his hero. When you trust in God with all your heart, knowing that the universe is formed from love, your trust will play off with love, abundance, joy, and the knowledge that you are God's hero. Here's the last one, guys. When your desire to know God is so great that in desperation you finally give up searching for him where he never has been found, you will find him where he's always been, watching, waiting, within, ready to welcome home his hero. Here's the essay that goes with it, and then we'll dive in. Trusting in God is knowing that we are part of a divine plan of action, a beautiful plan that is blossoming all about us. Every creature, no matter how small, every person, no matter how their social status. Oops, guys, I'm reading the wrong one. My apologies. This is the last essay for the entire book. Our entire life is a quest. Unfortunately, most of us have yet to realize that it is a holy quest. Life is a divine quest to reach our true home, which is union with God. Finding this true love is what our secret hearts yearn for. Finding real, lasting love, finding God through compassionate living, this is our heroic quest. Instead of living a life of real love, it seems most of us lead a life of quiet desperation. Our lives seem to be an endless search to fill a void, left empty where love should be. We seek answers, yet we ask all the wrong questions. We believe that we can find a way out of this situation, an escape route to at least a temporary repast. We fill our lives with new toys, relationship after relationship, drugs, alcohol, and more money to buy more of the objects that have never made us happy. This is a spiritual insanity, and we must stop. We must leap off the treadmill of confusion, pain, and suffering. And so we do, eventually. When we tire of the pain and loneliness, we look for real answers. We begin to ask the right questions. Where can I find real love? How can I be a more loving person? What is my true relationship with others, with God? Most importantly, we begin to look for answers in the right place, within ourselves. Through meditation, prayer, and compassionate living, we find God. Much to our surprise, we find him in the last place we look, waiting for us within ourselves, waiting within you, waiting within us all, waiting to welcome his hero home. That's it, guys. My first book. Does God have a hero? Thank you for your patience. Much appreciated. Let's see. Our friend Skitz is here. Hey, Skitz, how are you, my friend? Skitz says, good morning, brother. I was just on your page, and the strangest thing was happening. Your banner photo, it was like, it was flashing between you, um, yours and Jace's. However, it was like a Yogi Drace crossover. Wow. Interesting. Jason and I share a very similar message. We could say we share the same message in a similar way. There's only one message. The message, always love. Always love. It can't be anything other. Hey, Tandra, my friend, how are you? I just saw before I went live that I got an email from you. I'm going to check that out right when I come back from my walk. Speed says, good morning, Yogi Eric. Good morning, Sabine, my friend. This says, no, we have sunshine. Good, I'm glad to hear that. We still have rain here. We're going to have rain all the way up until like midweek next week. Speed says, hope you're all doing fine. InfoSpot says, God bless Donald Trump. I'll tell you what, God bless everyone, my friend. No exceptions. Speed says, very wise words. Thank you, Sabine. Sabine says, InfoSpot, God bless us all. Absolutely, Sabine. Nicely said. Tanja said, good, thanks, Eric. Yet another song. You can pick what you prefer. I'll be honest with you. The first one is going to be hard to top because I absolutely love it. But I have a lot of faith in your talent. So I'm equally sure that I'm going to love this one as well. So weirdly, guys, I think I have an infection on my toe. It is red and sore, my left big toe. And I think it's because of the rain. I wear barefoot shoes. You know, the funny looking shoes with the toes that everyone sees. And I wear it when I walk, I wear it when I run. Only shoes that I wear except for a little bit bigger zero drop trail running shoes that I wear on occasion. And I think walking through puddles in those barefoot shoes, maybe I had like a slight cut or something, an abrasion on my toe, and maybe water that was infected. I don't know. But my toe is hurting. Made meditation difficult because I sit in the Sukhasana, which is an easy cross-legged pose, and one toe is up against the heel of my foot. And it was hurting. It's still hurting, just doing absolutely nothing. It's going to make burpees interesting. Let me know if you guys know of a surefire way to heal an infection. I'm going to look on Amazon. Do you not want to make an appointment with a doctor? One, I mentioned before, I lost my car 2 weeks ago. It was a car I inherited from my father. The executor of the will has been sick for a long time. It's my sister. And she couldn't get the, it took almost 2 years to finally get the car in my name. And now, because it took so long, just all kinds of technical stuff happened. And it was unable to pass the safety inspection. It would have cost $3,000 just to get it to pass, $3,000 plus, and then I would have had to pay all kinds of other fees. Would have cost me almost $1,000 to get insured. So I ended up selling it for $1,000. So in order for me to go to a doctor, I'd have to bother Mocha or my brother, and I don't want to do that. Not for something that I might be able to fix. Tom just says, let's see. Oh, sorry. Sabine says, my friend loves his barefoot shoes. Me too. I've done all my races pretty much in either barefoot shoes or minimalist shoes. Sabine says, sorry to hear that, Eric. Thank you, Sabine. We'll see if I can fix it up. I put some antibiotic ointment on it. I don't know why ointments makes makes me smile. It's such a funny word. Um, Tanja says pharmacies are very helpful here. Maybe they can advise. Um, yeah, what I'm thinking, I might be able to do an online appointment with one of my doctors, and they can look at it. Ozimpian says, happy 21st, Eric. 21st birthday. Let's see. So, again, I've read, Ozimpian says, you don't like a day over it. Much appreciated. That must have mean I was a pretty rough-looking 21-year-old. When I was 21, I looked 59. So, what should we read next? I started doing the 5 a.m. live streams. I've read some of my own morning writings, and then I went on to read 18 verses or 18 chapters, picking out something each chapter from the Bhagavad Gita. And then we read a little bit of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, just a couple. And then 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching. And then I read quite a bit through A Course in Miracles, and I might return to that next, followed by 15 verses of my book. But if there's something you guys want to explore, let me know, and we'll do that. Is there a holy text, Upanishads, Dhammapada, the Bible? Is there verses in the Bible and the Psalms and whatever that you like that you guys want to explore? Send me something. Let me know, and we'll read it and we'll dive into it, all of us together. Ozimpian says, not at all. You look good, man. Keep on keeping on. Thank you. Man, what a nice thing to say. So often, we're given the opposite. I'm given the opposite. Someone coming in online and saying, you look like this, you look like that. It happens to everyone. If you're doing a live stream, sooner or later, someone's going to come along and say something. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You can be free of, hey, Vamps. Goldie, my friend, how are you? Goldie says, hi, they're lovely people. Hello, they're lovely Vamps. It's nice to see you. So people and the world, everyone's giving you an invitation to join their belief system, to join their opinion, to join their whatever. A while back, I decided that I am accepting no more invitations from anyone. I'm not accepting an invitation to join your belief in how I should be, what I should say, and how I should do things. I'm not accepting invitations to other people's belief system. Everything's politely and kindly declined. Here's what the only invitation that I accept is from my own open and loving source of wisdom. In some traditions, it's called the Holy Spirit, not to be confused with the Holy Spirit of the Trinity. Holy Spirit and A Course in Miracles is the voice of God distilled within me so that I always have it to listen to. The intermediary between myself and God. Always a voice of love. If there's anything that is not urging love, it is not that voice. Or we could say that I am listening to the voice of the Tao, or that I am listening to the voice of Krishna, and only Krishna, that I am listening to Christ consciousness, reality, the voice of love. Doesn't matter. I like the thought of the Holy Spirit. So that's the invitation that I accept any longer. If I get it wrong, it means that I listen to the ego. Hey, William. Good morning, my friend. How you feeling? Hey, William put up some really nice artwork on his community page. It was escaping me. Community page. I hope you guys get a chance, get an opportunity to go check it out. I got it up right now, actually. He says it is Google Gemini. Really beautiful images. Nicely done, boy. Speed says, good morning to Goldie. Goldie says hi to Sabine and good morning to William Hart. Speed says, nice to see you. Hope you're doing fine. William is plump and well fed. Feeling good. Awesome. So plump and well fed. Good way to start the day. An excellent way to continue. Get outside and get outside nature. Vamp says, I kindly disagree, Eric McCarty, but if you want to know my basis for disagreeing, we'll talk in private. Excellent. I always want to know. Goldie is someone that I'm always happy to disagree with because she's very blunt in her thoughts. Her thoughts are always based in her own self-study, in her own faith. So it's a good kind of blunt. And it means that I'm getting the unvarnished truth as Goldie sees it. And I don't have to agree with it. And she doesn't mind if I don't agree with it. And I don't mind that I don't have to agree with her. And yet, through the allowingness of us to disagree with each other, I find that my thought system is opened up. I get to see things a different way. And I'm always better for it. Max says, I felt the Tao today, but realizing you feel the Tao by not trying to feel the Tao. Man, that's a big insight. That's a huge insight. The more you open up to that, the more those insights come. And the lesson is always relax. Life is happening. Life is happening. And you are life. You're happening as well. That's why I love saying that we are a verb. We're not a noun. When we think of ourselves as a noun, when we think of ourselves as Max or Eric, then we have that tendency to think that we're static and that life is happening to us. But when we think of ourselves as a verb, we realize that we are a deep participant in life itself. We're deeply immersed in the flow. It's like trying to separate a water particle from the stream. It's impossible. We are the stream. Hey, my food addiction. My friend, how are you? I didn't see you come in. I apologize. Nice to see you. My food addiction, sometime today, I don't know what time it is for you, my friend, but she's going to take a 30-minute walk. She's on a healing quest. So if you guys could support her in her healing, checking out her videos, liking, sharing her out, as well as, hey, prayers and positive thoughts for her healing journey and every step along her walk. William says, what are we disagreeing about? Goldie, I like debates. But you know what? Trump says, true, I don't mind if you don't agree. Goldie and I have never really debated. We um, have always lovingly discussed. My food addiction says, I agree, Yogi. Hey, Global, how are you, my friend? Good morning. Rose says, good morning, my food addiction. I just caved the mind. Homemade peanut butter. Nice. It's not a bad addiction. Global says, morning, everyone. Morning to you, my friend. Let's see. Addiction says, oh no, sounds good. However, that would destroy me. Yeah, I guess so. My food addiction is very careful in what she's eating. Hey, are you guys connected with Follow Me Global? Max says, I was just sitting on a rock in the evening sun and it hit me. Uh, it's not that I am this or I'm that. I just am. I am, we are. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I am is the basis of reality. I am. From absolute nothingness, from the beginningness of beginningness itself, from the beginningness of before beginningness itself came I am. And then everything springs forth from I am. Every thought springs from I am. Every action springs from I am. Every basis of belief and opinion of life springs from I am. So here's what Nisargadatta Maharaj said. Why not just return to I am? Just keep returning back to I am. Surrender to I am. Let's see. My food addiction says, good, thanks. I woke up early. It's 5:25. It's 5:28 for me. I've been up since about 2:15. As I mentioned early in the conversation, I think I have an infected toe from possibly like going through puddles in the rain. Maybe because I wear barefoot shoes and maybe it created a slight abrasion and some type of infection happened. I got to think about what to do with it. William says, thank you for the compliment, for the images, Yogi. They are much. Pointing out prompt ideas. More things will occur to you. My food addiction says, thank you, Yogi. You are amazing. And thank you for that, my food addiction. Just want to be helpful, as many people as I can. Global says, I'm good. Thanks, Eric. How are you? Well, again, I might have a big toe on my left foot. It's going to make it made yoga and even meditation a little, not difficult, just painful. But burpees might be difficult. Max says, I've been looking for a path to healing or a path to stillness, but healing is the path, stillness is the path. Kind of mind blowing. Man, you had a big awakening moment, Max. Absolutely. I keep mentioning St. Catherine of Siena's quote, all the way to heaven is heaven. And that's the same thing that Max is just saying. Stillness is the path. Healing is the path. It's that simple. Course in Miracles says we teach what we most need to learn. So go out and be a teacher. Teach stillness and we learn stillness. Teach peace and we learn peace. Teach love, teach only love, and we learn love. It also lets you off the hook. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a perfect teacher. You just need to teach. And in the teaching, you become what you are. Teach only love, and you recognize that you are only love. Signature, my friend, how are you? You got anything new for us today? Hey, Mir, my friend, how are you? Sven says, Yogi, you got some onions at home? I don't have onions, but I could always order some. Bram says, William, I don't mind elaborating in private. However, I don't want to take over this chat with my beliefs and trying to convince anyone. As I said, each of us has their own path. Um, go to you. I think you're too careful and mindful to ever take over a conversation. So, and I think that everyone here knows your heart. So anytime you want to share, you know, private, absolutely fine, but also in any conversation because it's helpful for everyone. Max says, blessings, Eric, and all the chat. Let's see, Smee says you can put a big slice of onion on it and let it soak up. Huh, I do know what you mean. Interesting. I just put in an order from Whole Foods, so let me add to that order. I'll add 1 onion and do that. Thank you so much. Global says, if no one double taps the screen, now's your chance. Thank you, Global. Dixon says, picked you up. Follow, nice. Appreciate that. Global says, okay, and the same, nice. Vamp says you have my contact. Hey, we could always do a joint conversation on Facebook if you guys want. Roy says sometimes putting an onion on the arch palm of your feet will help, I think. I was going to put it right on where I think the infection started and see what happens. Malt says, tell you what, you bring some bait, we're going fishing. Well, you know, Malt, I no longer fish, but I love my fishing friends. So how about you fish and I'll keep you company and we'll have a pleasant conversation together. Sit around, we'll talk about the weather, talk about life. We'll just hang out. Max says humans have the tendencies to overthink. I know I do. I often want to know how I do something, but it can be as simple as just doing it. Absolutely. A thought is always an after effect, but we don't realize it. We think that we think and then action follows, but neuroscience has shown the opposite. If I say, I think I'm going to lift my arm, by the time I have that thought, the arm is already lifted before I even have it. And yet, my mind interprets it the other way. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Which shows us we are not our thoughts. Our thoughts are just simply an occurrence within the mind, happening in awareness. Who we are is the pure stillness, the pure awareness, the pure witness to all that's happening. And has there ever been a time when you haven't been that witness? Is there never a time when the witness isn't present? And I'm not saying that like I'm going to give you an answer, because I don't know. But dive in and find out, because what you find, it's all just openness. It's all just present. And you don't need an answer. Let's Let's see. Smee says, and if you have ibuprofen at home, I do. They act as anti-inflammatory. Thank you. My food addiction says, I know, did he soak it in salt water? I haven't. I can do that too. Thank you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a walk in just a few minutes, and then I'll do that. Man, I appreciate both those suggestions. And I don't go to the doctor. Going to the doctor is difficult because I'd have to walk there. And it's about, maybe, it's not far, maybe 5 miles away. But of course, I got to make the appointment. Signature says, just uploaded a new video. I'll be there, my friend. If you want to drop the link, please feel free. Rio says he's good. Food addictions. My food addiction says, me too, Max. Epsom salt. I do have some Epsom salt. Thank you. William says, sure, Yogi, I'm up to group chat. Up to Goldie. Nice. William says, I bring great, of which many do not know yet. What is the bait? What's the secret bait from William? So he says, yep, directly to the part where the infection did start. Put your band or a sock on it. It needs pressure. Gotcha. I think I'll tape it. So the next live stream, guys, that you see me in, just know that I have an onion taped to my toe. If that doesn't make every conversation that we have weirder than it already is, I don't know what will. In the back of your mind, you guys are going to be thinking, man, Eric is talking to me and he's got an onion taped to his tail. Hey, Skeeter, my friend, how are you? Hey, how was fishing last night? Guys, you can check out Skeeter's live stream. Hey, Malt Licky, check out our friend Skeeter. As you mentioned, fishing. He was fishing for catfish last night. Max says, so much of my life has been spent in fear. Yeah, much of what I feared has never materialized. Fear is a great illusion. Fear is a great illusion. And Max, everything is projected from that fear. We have lived a life of projection and never known it. We've lived a life of pure illusion without knowing it. But here's the reality. The reality is and only love. So when we heal our projection, and we heal the projection through forgiveness, each and everything that happens, all the fear-based that we now perceive is just a projection. And we heal that, and we keep returning to love and returning to love and returning to love. We can think of it as a tea bag. If you put a tea bag in a cup of hot water and you took it out immediately, you still wouldn't have tea. If you put it back in, the more you immerse that tea bag in the reality of hot water, the more you get tea. So the more we immerse ourselves back into the reality of love and bring it back out, the more love we're giving to the world. William says, hey Yogi, do you think Mocha would do a reading of it for me? What do you mean, William? Let me know what you mean. Oops, I missed a message from Max. Each of us has a path, but all paths converge. Absolutely. Agreed. And I'll be sure to ask her. Or you could send her a message. Mira says, hey to Skeeter. Signature drops his link. Thank you, Signature. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. All right. William says, Yogi, it's a play on what Jesus says, bread of which you know not, bread bait, everlasting life. Nice, William. I like that. Grand Risings, Eric. Glad I caught the last few minutes. Been pruning last 2 hours. In the rain. It's still raining in Great Britain. Skeeter says Pennsylvania boys got skunked last night, and tonight heavy rain, so I'm not sure I'm going live tonight. I'm sorry to hear that, Skeeter. I know you had some hopes that things were going to be biting because of the rain previously. Sabine says, laughing, and wait how he smells. Oh man, my cats aren't going to like it. Hey, at least you guys won't have to. At least you guys won't have to put up with that. You'll just have to know that I have an onion taped to my toe. Vamp says there's no fear in love, in true love. Absolutely agree, 100%. If there's fear, then we are perceiving anything but true love. If we are perceiving true love, then there can only be the absence of fear. Not even the absence of fear. How can you have an absence of that which doesn't exist? Sniper says, greetings, Sabines. Oh, William says, you once said she does tarot, right? She does do tarot. So does our friend Empress of the New Earth, who is also on Facebook, William, and I will introduce you to her. Sniper says, William, I'm on a lovely lady called Trisha. She does crime dousing and Barry introduces things. She will pull cards on Monday for subscribers. Nice, Sniper. I'll send you her channel link. Awesome. All right, guys, it's time for me to take a walk and to order an onion so I can tape it on my toe. And I'm also going to soak my foot as I eat breakfast in some Epsom salt. Appreciate those suggestions. Very much. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated on the condition of the toe. So until this afternoon, guys, I'm going to see everyone later. Vamps, Goldie, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Max says, enjoy your walk and onion toe, Eric. Thank you, Max. I will. We got some nice emojis from my food addiction. Vamp says, thank you for your lovely live and chat. Thank you for making it so lovely. Thank you for being part of it. Guys, I'm going to see everyone later. Take care.